Morning, everyone, and welcome to the 17th edition of the Maroon and Gray Saturday Show. I'm here, got some awesome guests today. We've got a girls basketball representative, KK McDonald. We've also got boys basketball coming up here in a little bit, and we also got our basketball cheerleaders coming up here. So it's a great day. Big show today. We'd like to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We have Cheek Insurance Agency, Frank's, and Wallace Insurance Agency. We appreciate them helping to make this broadcast be possible. It's been so much fun this year doing this. 17 episodes of this. And I remember when I talked to Miss Kim back in the fall, we talked about doing something like this. She was so excited, and we're all excited. And it's been so much fun. We thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. So KK, good to meet you. Good to finally formally meet you. I've been streaming your games and everything, and definitely been saying KK with the ball to the right, to the shot. Yeah, oh, it's up. There you go. Yeah, buckets. So. For sure. So, yeah, we finally worked around to all I think you're the final, the last senior and everything. And I guess, and as KK told me this morning, she goes, well, you left the best for last.
Right, you did.
That's right, exactly. So, for sure. Sounds good. So, big game last night. We found first half was a little close.
It was too
But
close.
a little too close. And then we pulled away as we do. So, well, it's kind of like... But what's it kind of like mixing concrete? When you play good defense, eventually it starts off a little bit messy, but then it kind of hardens, and then all of a sudden nobody can do anything. There you go. Then your offense has something to stand on. Look at that.
Right.
Look at that analogy. I never thought about that. I just made that up. Bang. Look at that right there. Cliche machine over here. Yeah, cliche machine over here. So, a lot of different things you can put before, like that. So, yeah, cliche machine. But so either way, so close game last night. We got the win, big district win. Got some big ones coming up this next week and the week after that. Now, homecoming was Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Homecoming was Tuesday. Okay, so who got queen? Do you remember?
Nia.
Okay, so
Nia got Miss Basketball.
Okay, so and then was there a Mr. Basketball? Wasn't that Christian Parker? That's right, not Christian Parker. That's a
Henderson.
Okay, so there's a Christian Parker from another school that I used to. All these names have started to just started to go in between. So, so Christian Henderson. That's right, Henderson. That's right. Yeah, great. I got to get him on the show before basketball season's over. He was in the football, but I didn't get to get him as a senior in football. But we're going to get him in senior in basketball. So today we got Thomas Paul coming up. Now he says he's got a special guest.
Yeah,
I don't know, and
that's be scared.
And when he smiles and laughs about that, I'm thinking, okay. But I told him, I said, Thomas, I trust you. Whoever you want to bring on, he says, all right, Coach. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Oh, come on. He'll be fine. He's going to do great. But he was a lot of fun during the football interview. So I said, you just bring whoever you want to bring. So, but that'll be up here in a little bit. Right, testing the waters a little bit there. But no, he'll do a great job. So, and whoever his guest may be.
Yep.
So, but no, he's going to be a lot of fun. Now, so close game, got some big games coming. Now, who do we have this week?
We have on Monday we play Warren County, and then Friday we play Livingston.
Okay, now Monday we're playing Warren County?
I think so, yeah. We have practice on Sunday. I think it's Monday, right?
Well, no, I thought Warren County was our last away game towards the end of the season. It's away, isn't it?
Yeah, at Warren.
And it's at Monday?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. Don't hold me to it. Pretty sure.
It might be Monday. Okay. We'll look that up for sure.
Look that up.
We'll look for that.
That's
but I know we are.
That's wrong.
I know Warren County is the last team we played this season that's not district.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure it's Warren and then Livingston, and then next week is Cumberland Macon
Senior Night.
Yeah.
Macon Senior Night. That may be right. That you may be completely right. Okay.
I hope I'm right. That's embarrassing if I'm wrong.
No, you got it for sure. I know Macon County is Senior Night.
Yep.
And that'll be a fun night. So, speaking of which, that is Senior Night. So, has it hit you that that's coming up?
I think I've thought about it, but when I think about it, I get upset. So I just push that back.
Try to push it back.
Yeah,
I got it.
Try to push it back. I mean, I'm excited, but it's just.
So a little background on you for KK McDonald. First of all, does KK stand for something?
There was like 2 girls on the basketball team when I was in elementary school, and my coach just started calling me that.
Okay.
And, I mean, my middle name does not start with K. I have no idea where it came from, but everyone calls me that.
Okay. So what's the actual? If you don't mind, what's your full name?
Kaylee Nicole McDonald.
Kaylee Nicole McDonald.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's a very pretty name.
Yeah,
So yeah, for sure. But you go by KK.
Yep.
That's the nickname. Okay, I got you. Got you. Now, so how long have you lived in White County?
My entire life.
Entire life. So
Yep.
you grew up you came up through the program and everything else.
Yep.
Did you play basketball when you were in elementary school?
Yes, I started in the 3rd grade, but I didn't get serious with basketball until the summer before my 6th grade year.
Okay. Now, what elementary school did you play for?
Dole.
Dole. Okay. There you go. There you go. Dole. The Indians, right?
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So see, got you there. Got you. So now, so you played for Dole, and then you went to middle school and everything like that. Now, who was your junior high coach?
I had Shauna Haley.
Okay.
And then I had who else? I had Sydney Howard and Jessica Wilhite.
Okay. Just go. Okay.
She doesn't coach anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Sydney Howard does either.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So did you go to games when you were real young? Did you go to the high school games
Yes,
when you
my
were
aunt
young?
played.
So you're who?
My aunt played.
Your aunt played. What was her name?
Brittany Dodson.
Brittany Dodson. Okay. Now was she on some of those? Was she playing? Was that during the, I guess, early 2000s?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. There's not really any. Yeah, it's funny. I had to really think about that for a second. I almost said the 90s, and I realized
No,
none
not
of
the
y'all, none of the high school kids that are in high school now lived in the 90s, Coach Moore. They're all not. They're all in the 2000s.
Yep.
So wow. Okay. That's awesome. Now. That being said, so she played during the 2000s, and so you've lived it. You've seen the gym. You've grown up in that gym. You know what it's like. So what was that like when you first started to actually play in that gym?
I thought it was just crazy because I had always just went to the games and watched from higher up in the stands, but then getting on the floor and feeling the atmosphere, especially when we play big games like Cookville and Upper Mid, any of those games, the atmosphere is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's an amazing tradition, amazing history there, and everything like that. Was there something that surprised you when you first started? That was different than you thought it was going to be, or more of this, more of that, or less this, less that? What was that like?
It was. I honestly think that my love for the game grew when I got into high school because it was just more challenging.
Right.
And so it made me want to keep working to get better, and the bonds that I have with all the other girls just get stronger when you go up to the next level.
Yeah. Was that maybe a little unexpected, or just?
It was. It was. I mean, I always was close with everybody, but just the way that we protect each other on and off the court is just something that was unexpectedly very strong.
Yeah, good. That's all. But y'all seem like y'all are a tight knit group.
Yes, we are.
In the good and the bad. Y'all don't break apart when things are going bad. You don't get arrogant when things are going good. You just play hard. You play the whole time. And it's been fun. It's so much fun to watch you girls play. How hard you play. Watch you figure problems out. Watch you succeed. Watch you hit those threes and go down low or make a block and play. It's also fun to watch y'all as a team work together to steal the ball and get transitions and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun. It's also a lot of fun to watch y'all in concordance with the crowd, the band, the cheerleaders. It's just a great experience, both a home and away.
Yes.
There are some.
Traveling.
Sometimes I'm sure that I bet you there have been experiences in your high school career where you looked up and the court was a different color, but it still felt like a home game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because your crowd is still louder than their crowd, and it's still special. So, either way, I know the band was playing really hard last night. They sounded great. Donnell got them up there. Mr. Donnell got them up there, sounding good, sounding loud and proud. So,
love our band.
Absolutely. So, now, what position do you play? Are you a 2 or a 3?
I'm more of a 2. In the years past, I ran a 1.
Okay.
But I like to run about both.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I'm in the 6 to a 2 this season.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, now it's you and KB a lot are the is it the front court? Is that right? Is the front court up top, or is it the front court is the post players?
Up front.
Okay, up front. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. So the back court's always your post players, right?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Gotcha. So that's usually the front court. Yeah, you two, and then Lakeland. I know she's a freshman that comes in a lot.
Yes, she's stepped up.
So she's done good. So and I didn't realize she was a freshman until last week when Katie was talking about on the show.
She doesn't play like a freshman.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
She's good.
Well, it's interesting too. At White County, we're very. I don't think it was this way last year. I think it was only 2 seniors last year. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So there was a lot of but there were still a lot of juniors that played.
Yes.
At smaller schools, because I've coached at 4 different high schools. At smaller schools, it's much more common to see a superstar freshman or a superstar sophomore, just whatever talent you can get. But schools like White Can that have 1,000+ students, it seems like it becomes more of a junior senior centric, and then the freshmen sophomores are kind of developing. So really, in a way, I mean, would you say that in a way you work your whole career for that junior and senior year?
You do.
Like that's kind of the mentality. Right, when you go to a bigger school like White County and stuff like that, that you look for your junior and senior year, whereas, every once in a while, but like I said, there are kids that, at other smaller schools, I've coached at schools that have 250 kids in the whole school.
That is crazy.
So, right, so that means the whole high school had 250. So, they would play 8th graders.
Yep.
They'd play 8th grade because you can, if your middle school and high school
is combined,
you can play with 8th grade.
Yep.
And there'd be 8th graders that would start, and you're
That
like,
is crazy.
it is crazy, right? It's
I
crazy to
just
think.
can't think about. I was like, I can't imagine playing high school ball as an 8th grader.
Right, well, definitely not 3A basketball. And especially like in this
Yes.
district, in this competitive,
Yes.
I mean, could you even imagine an 8th grader stepping up against like a Livingston Academy or a Cumberland or having to try to drive and all of a sudden someone like Celeste is down
like
low,
Celeste is
fixing
there.
to
I'd be so
crush the
scared.
ball, right? So that'd be hard, but no, it does occur. But that's one of the things that makes this basketball here special. I mean, this district, this area. It's a special place to play basketball for sure, and it's a great tradition. At really all the schools, I think White County has a even more special tradition, obviously, but they all kind of fit the storyline. They all fit that. It was what makes this place special, and a lot of the schools have really proud crowds, and they do things like that, and they get excited about their games, and so that makes the atmosphere a lot of fun.
It makes it
for sure,
and it really helps too, like build motivation up on the court when the crowd is into the game.
Yep. Yeah, well, I heard it said, from somebody, I was talking to a former coach yesterday, and he said that he would always tell his girls that if you're going to play college ball, a lot of places, especially like community college basketball, you're going to have to really love it because it's not going to be the same experience you had at White County.
Right.
It's going to be, you might be in front of 75 people.
Yep.
Because if in JUCO basketball and stuff like that, or just sometimes college basketball isn't really followed until like the tournaments or something like that.
Yeah.
Not as passionately, right? Because you didn't grow up there. This is a place where you all, they choose to go to school there from all over. So they may not have a cultural connection. Whereas everybody here, people who don't even understand basketball, they go to basketball. Right? They're going to go to the game, go there. They don't even know what call. They don't even know why that was a wrong call. They just know they don't like it. They got up and yell and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun, and that's the thing that makes high school sports special. I've always said to myself that high school sports to me is one of the purest forms, because when you're really young, it is all about fun and learning fundamentals, but it's not super competitive yet.
Nope.
At the collegiate and pro levels, it's super competitive, but not everybody can do that. This is the last stop where anybody, if they work hard, could find playing time if they work at it, but it's got the best of both.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it, I think, so neat and special. But so, what about next year? What are you looking forward to? Like, what are you doing? What are your plans next year?
Well, I do have an offer to play at Blue Mountain College in Mississippi.
Yes.
And then I'm hoping to go on I went on a visit to Bryan.
Okay, yes.
And I'm hoping to soon go on a visit to Johnson.
Okay.
But other than that, I have tech too if I decide I don't want to play, but college basketball is still an option right now.
Okay, good. Well, I've had a friend of mine. I've had a couple of friends of mine. Let's see. Yeah, I've had a few friends of mine go to Blue Mountain. Great school. They loved it. Yeah. In fact, one of them played college basketball at Blue Mountain, but he also played high school soccer. He's now currently a math teacher and a state tournament appearance girls soccer coach. But he played college basketball. He did both.
Crazy.
He was a dual sport athlete, and but he went to Blue Mountain and loved it. He loved it down
I went on a
there.
visit. It was so pretty.
Yes, it is really pretty.
It's it's super small and like hometown feeling.
Yep, it is. And then Brian, of course, we've got a former student of mine that from another school that's just signed to go to Brian. He's about 6'6". He's a real tall kid.
Yep.
So we're proud of Ethan there. Congratulations to Ethan Turner, by the way. Just a little shout out to him. But great kid. So, another redhead, by the way. Another redhead. Look at that. But yeah, Brian. Now where is? I'm new to this. I've learned so much being here. But where is Brian compared to here? It's in Dayton, so So that's the famous city down there, for the Scopes monkey stuff. So monkey trial. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, well, that's awesome. So that's in Dayton. Now, where is Dayton from here? About an hour south, or
I don't know directions.
Okay, you're like Google Maps knows where it is, right? There you go. That's right. Google knows where it's at. I understand. So. No, gotcha.
Yep.
So, what do you want to? Have you thought about what you want to major in?
Early childhood education.
Okay.
I want to do like kindergarten, first grade.
Okay, nice. Kindergarten teacher. Now, ever think about maybe coaching as well?
I haven't thought about it, but I mean, like people have been talking about it more recently, and I'm kind of like, I could.
You could. Yeah, you could. I always thought it'd be cool if you had like a high school coach. I've always thought it'd be really funny, maybe even like a funny movie. You get like a high school coach that's like real serious during practice, and then the very next day he's like, "Okay, kids, let's get all in a big circle." Or like, I always thought it'd be like neat if like they were watching film and like maybe like there was another teacher at recess watching, and all of a sudden the kid walks up and says, Did Lisa make a mistake? Yes, Lisa made a mistake. When they walk by, they're like, yeah, they didn't play defense at all. Right? Yeah, I always thought it'd be kind of funny to have that duel to go from being very, very nurturing and to being this hard-nosed disciplinarian coach. So, but yeah, it'd be great. Thing is, if you work with kids, and you love kids, and you pour into them, the grade is almost irrelevant. Kids need nurturing and education and all from K through 12. So that'll be great. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Now, so let's see here. So you're looking at those schools for next year. Now, what about this spring semester? Are you playing any other sports?
I thought about doing track. I signed up.
Okay.
I mean, I've always thought about doing track, but like with basketball, I've never really had time because like during the off season, I would work on basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I didn't want to hurt myself.
Right,
I got
you.
But definitely think that track would be so fun. I love
for sure.
So.
You know any events you think you might want to run?
Well, me, Lexi, and KB, and Gracie Clark are thinking about running like the relay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be so much fun.
That'd be so fun. Yes.
Absolutely, it would be. Yeah, I know it'd be a lot of fun and get out there. I know last week we had Japheth on the show, and it turns out he just kind of dropped this, and I was like, "What? We got to talk about this more." He he was like a state champion runner up.
Yes.
For the high jump.
Yes.
And just like I said, "How many years have you done?" He goes, "I just did that year."
He literally just did it last year. Like, there's a bunch of the boys that just did it last year, and they went for it. And
That's awesome.
Like, we were talking about it one practice. We're like, what are we gonna do like when we don't have a sport?
Right.
Because we've had it our entire lives.
Right.
We were like, we're gonna have to find another.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Thinking about running track.
That'd be great. Well, I know I picked up. I'm used to doing girls soccer and then boys soccer in the spring, but we've got Coach Hasten at boys soccer, and he's. By the way, yesterday, him and his coaching staff, they had him out there in the auxiliary gym. They were working on some stuff. I'm really excited about boys soccer this year. I can't wait to watch them out go out and play during the spring. But so I knew I didn't have any sports this spring, and they talked about playing coaching tennis. I said, yeah, I love tennis. I played tennis my freshman and sophomore year before we got a soccer team. So my high school didn't start soccer until 2000 and this is the fall 2005. So my junior and senior year. So no, fall 2004 for girls soccer. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So I played a little tennis, and I'm excited about that spring opportunity or anything like that. I know Nia's playing.
Yes.
She's excited about that.
Watch her all the time.
Okay, cool. But I think that's so cool too. It seems like here at White County, the athletes love to watch each other. They love to go to each other's games, support, and stuff like that. I have a feeling, I don't know this for a fact because I haven't seen it yet, but I have a feeling there's probably a lot of fun nights where maybe tennis is still practicing, or maybe they're having a match, and then you go about 100 yards to the left, and there's a softball game going on.
My sister plays softball.
And people will kind of walk in between maybe and like, hey, cheer them on and stuff like that. And so it's kind of a fun atmosphere up there. And probably if you go down a few, 100, 200 yards to the right, you got some kids playing street basketball or something like that. It's just kind of makes it a fun night and a fun atmosphere to be around and stuff like that. And that's special. That's really neat. To have all that, to have that family feel, and I'm sure you hear probably not a whole lot of yelling from the tennis side, but much more from the softball side. Some of those parents get excited about that was a ball, that was a strike.
Yep.
Right. So
my dad.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Now your sister plays softball.
Yes, she does.
Okay, what grade is she in?
She is a sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay, what's her name? Taylor McDonald.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. What position does she play?
Third base. Plays a little bit everywhere right now.
I got you. Now, who are your parents' names?
Stacy and Brandon McDonald.
Stacy and Brandon. Okay, so you grew up. Did you play softball yourself?
I did when I was younger, but I quit right before I got to middle school because I started playing chapel basketball and it interfered.
I got you. What position did you play?
I was first base. I was a hind catcher. I was pitching machine. I was the pitcher.
Okay, I got you. Okay, just whatever it needed to be done.
Played everywhere.
I got you.
I did a little bit of travel softball too, but when it came down to it, I chose basketball.
I got you. I understand that. Well, that's cool. So, do y'all usually go to a lot of the high school games?
Yes.
Well, it's interesting. Then I may have. Of course, it's ironic. I didn't know hardly anybody last year. When the first day I showed up, we were probably at the same game. Mm-hmm. Did you go to the sub-state game last year?
I think so. I went to all of her games last year.
So it was like the one in Saudi Daisy?
Oh, actually.
Her last game?
Oh, yes, I did go to that one, yes.
So I technically was there. That was the story where it was my first day at White County ever. I was meeting the team, and they talked about, we got a sub-state game now, and I was like, I'm going to go. And they were like, you're going to drive? And I'm like, yeah. But my transmission was bad.
Oh, no.
Well, we had just replaced it, but it was already not wanting to work right. So we're going up this huge hill, and my car is just like screaming, and it's just I'm like,
that's
I'm not gonna make this. And then we finally get over that hill. There's another hill right behind it, right? And so I get there in the fourth inning, and I walk up to this crowd that I have no connection to yet, right? And fortunately, Mr. Wilson said, "Coach Moore," so he got me over there. So I sat with Mr. Wilson, and that made me feel at home. And that was the first time I ever heard, go White County, go Sparta, go all the way. It was, and of course now that seems so natural. Now I'm other than football games, basketball games, coaching soccer. It always takes. I always tell folks there's a moment where you kind of catch that school spirit. I remember I was running at the soccer field one day and I looked up at the scoreboard and it felt like, okay, I'm here now. Yep. This is where I'm at. But that was a fun night. And then what's funny that night, I didn't want to go back over those hills. So I was headed back to West Tennessee, and I kid you not, I drove from Saudi Daisy into Chattanooga. I dipped into Georgia and went back through Nashville just where I could avoid those big, huge. I literally started my day at 4 a.m. to get there, so I could get showered, get dressed, and get there by 9. I was out with this whole long trip until 2 a.m. the next morning.
That is insane.
I was just the whole scenario. I was exhausted, but it was fun. It was a very fun day. Good day. But and I got to see so much. I got to meet some of the new schools. Got to meet some of the new. I feel like I met 100 people that day, and it was just. But I knew going to that softball, I was like, okay, I like this. This is good people, good crowd, a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to get to know folks and to. Become part of this new tradition for me, new for me, obviously, new for me. But and I had about 3 softball players on that team. I had Abby Guy, and then I had Lucy McKee, and then I had Poppy Shank. So had them on there. Oh, and Brianna Powell. I forgot Brianna Powell. Yep, Brianna Powell. So I've been looking forward to softball season. Of course, I'll be busy with tennis, obviously, but the fun thing will be when that match is over, I'll probably want to walk over there for their double headers and stuff.
You can walk over.
Yeah, you can walk over. So now, of course, you'll probably miss some softball this year because you'll be running track, but not all the time. You'll be so you'll still have to go to a lot of games and stuff like that. Hopefully, they can go back to the. Maybe they can make it to the state tournament. Hopefully, sub-state last year, so that was a real close game too last year. So, either way. Now, have you been talking to the college coach? Are you trying to kind of handle that? You had been offered already, you said?
Yes, I have been offered by Blue Mountain.
Okay. Now, but you said you guys still visit 2 more?
I've already visited Brian, and Coach Lahan just texted me and asked to come on a visit, so I'm hoping to go there soon.
Okay, sounds good. So you've already visited Brian, and then what was the other one you said?
This will be Johnson University, where Lexi's going.
Okay, yeah, that's right, Johnson. I remember. Now, where is that?
It's in Knoxville.
That's in Knoxville. Okay, gotcha. Sounds like a plan. Well, good. Well, that's exciting. So I know you're excited. I know you can't wait to get in there and do all those things. And so now, what would you say if you were talking to like kids that are in elementary school or that are thinking about playing basketball? What would you say to them if you had anything you could say to them?
Like, just work in the off season. Like, the off season is the part that's going to set you up for your high school. Like, always work, but you have to have fun too. Like, make the game fun.
Okay, make the game fun. What are some ways you like that? What if you had to expound on that?
Love playing pickup.
Love playing pickup. Okay.
Yes, like anytime that I can just go and just kind of not really goof around, but just go and just let loose.
Play for fun, right? Yeah.
It's so fun.
Absolutely.
And especially like playing with all right, so I grew up playing. I went to training with Jason Winningham.
Yes.
And I grew up playing with the older boys like Mason Winningham, Kagan, all the boys, and they never took it easy on me.
Right.
It made me so competitive, and so that's just made me love the game even more.
Now,
just working with that.
Would you say that's where you learned to dribble?
Yes.
Yes, you had to learn how to dribble, right? You had to learn how to
dribble, shoot. I had no idea what basketball was when I started, at all. But the summer before my 6th grade year, I steadied with training, and Jason taught me basically everything about the game. And so, but I fell in love with it. Yep,
fell in love with it there. And then, of course, and it's different playing that level. You're not, usually with most pickup basketball, you're not transitioning. You're just playing on the half court there and everything like that. But, it's a fun fact. I used to, talk about cultural differences here. Years ago, I went on a mission trip to an Indian reservation. Mm-hmm. And you would have 30-year-old, 40-year-old men playing with teenagers, and they would play full court.
Yeah.
That's what they wouldn't play half court. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let's go play. And then I was like, we're doing the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. And then they well, how else would we play? I was like, there's also half court, but okay, sure, we'll get out here. And I had a lot of fun doing it. But it was just, I've never seen people that just said, no, for fun, we're going to play full court basketball.
I mean, sometimes I love a good full court, but the whole time?
Right, yeah, no, but
a little half court mix.
That was their thing, though. This was at the Santee Indian Reservation in North and South Dakota.
That's crazy.
And, no, it was in North Dakota. And they loved full court basketball. Mm-hmm. That's just what and it was street, outside, 2 goals, and they just went for it. So it was neat to see them do that, but either way. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, KK. And for sure. And then hopefully maybe we can get you back on there. I told the seniors, I said, when y'all go to the Glass House, maybe the Saturday before y'all go to state, we get you all on here and talk about y'all's journey together. How about that? Does that sound good? Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. Trying to get back to... He's already doing it. He's already doing it. And I can't even tell who the guest is behind him. Can you tell? I can't. He's got it cleared up, and he's staring at us right now as we're doing the interview. That he couldn't just be a normal guest and be over there. No, he's gonna right there and just stare at us. Right there. There he is. Right there. Right. Oh man! So who knows who he's got back there? Who knows? Who knows what he's got back there? But either way, but KK, thank you so much. Good luck in college. And like I said, hopefully we'll get you back on here. Maybe all the seniors before the season's over, and can't wait to watch. And maybe we'll have back on here for track during the spring. So
yes,
sounds like a plan. Okay, KK, thanks for coming on the show. KK McDonald here. So glad to have her. So glad to have her here. I would like to thank our sponsors before we go to our next 2 guests, because we have Thomas Paul and a special guest. You got to go on the other way, Thomas. He's trying to go to the other door. We've got Cheek Insurance Agency, Franks, and Wallace Insurance Agency are our 3 sponsors for the show. We appreciate them making this broadcast possible. Now, again, I don't know who we've got. So we've got Thomas Paul, and then I'm not sure if I know by name, but no,
Logan Dickerson.
I know Logan Dickerson. Yes. What number are you?
14.
14. Yes, I've said your name in the game. I'm like, that's Logan Dickerson. That's right. Yeah. Now, you what grade?
Senior.
You're a senior as well. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good to have you. Yeah, I didn't know who you were going to bring on. And so you also play football, don't you?
I don't.
You don't play football, but he said
I
last
told
night.
you I was going to bring someone that was on the football team, but I didn't.
Okay, now was that intentional or was that?
I was playing with.
You're playing with it. Okay, gotcha. Now, wait. So the question would be, when you said that, were you intentionally thinking of a football player that didn't work out, or were you telling me that to throw me off?
I was intentionally thinking of a football player, but it didn't work out.
That didn't work out. So then you were like, okay, I'm really going to throw Coach Moore off.
Yeah.
By doing it like this, I'm going to bring on LD,
Yeah,
and it's going to be awesome. I don't know if
His
you're called
middle name's
that.
Thomas. too.
Oh, his middle name is Thomas as well.
Spelled
Okay.
Logan Thomas.
Spelled the right way, with an H.
Mine's
Yeah.
not with an H.
Well, you know, Thomas Aquinas, St. Thomas Aquinas didn't have an H in his name either, I don't think. He's a philosopher from the 11th
I
century.
never liked
That's where I got my name from.
12th century, actually.
I never
From
liked
Thomas
him.
Aquinas? Yeah, so you believe in holomorphic dualism.
Yeah.
Exactly. In fact,
Well, my great grandfather did.
your great grandfather. I got you. He was a holomorphic dualist, right? Yeah, he believed in that. That's how the mind-body connection works in philosophy. I understand. Yeah, I understand. He was actually, fun fact, Thomas Aquinas was actually quoted by Martin Luther King in the jail when he was in Birmingham jail. He quoted him talking about what a just law is versus an unjust law.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So you're saying you're named after.
Oh, yeah.
That exactly. That's where it came from, right? So, and your great grandfather was a holomorphic dualist.
Oh,
Gotcha. Exactly. That's awesome. Well, then it seems like your family's very intellectual and ethical and moral and just all these great things.
Yeah.
The church over in Cookville's named after him, Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church.
You're lying.
No,
That's cool.
so there you go. So basically, you just never knew, right?
Thomas Aquinas has made an impact on this.
On the world, and so have you. How about that, right? I mean, but your impact hasn't been fully felt yet because you're still impacting. I mean, think about it. Would Logan Dickerson be here today if it wasn't for you?
No.
Bam! Look at that. Logan occurs,
I was here.
and I hadn't got to talk to him yet, but I was going
It's
to.
a great place to meet, though.
It's a great place to meet, right? On the Maroon and Gray Saturday Show, on the 17th edition of the Maroon and Gray Saturday Show. I think you're on like the 5th edition of the Maroon and Gray Saturday Show.
5th?
Maybe 5th or 6th.
What?
Like the times we've had the show. We've had 17 shows.
Oh, yeah.
This is the 17th show.
Oh, okay.
So you were on like number 5 or 6.
Oh.
You might even say the success of the show really started with you.
That's awesome.
Like Coach Frazier came on and he was cool, but was he really Thomas Paul?
No.
Or Logan Dickerson? Was he really
Oh,
LD?
that's pretty cool.
Was he LD level, or was he a different kind of? Is he more like? What does he bring?
Coach Frazier?
Is it the phrase? The
I
phrase?
just love him. He's
You just love him. He's just a good man. But I mean, I told Coach Frazier he came on the show before it was cool. But did you make it?
So
cool?
did he spark it or did I spark it?
Well, see, he was my first guest, which I probably didn't con him into it. But since I was filming games for him, he was kind of like, "Yeah, oh, come on, why not? Yeah, I'll be interviewed one time. Yes, I will do one interview with you. Yes." And he came on. So he came on before the show was cool. And so that gave the show life.
Yeah.
But maybe you brought the life.
I think we figured it out.
I think we figured it out. I think that's what happened. Definitely, for sure. Absolutely. But now, what is Logan going to bring to it?
Logan's going to bring some life, too.
Bring some life, too?
Yeah.
Make it even more awesome? More sparky? Okay, gotcha. Brings the
I
spark.
actually stayed out with him last night, and I'm wearing all of his clothes right
All right, gotcha. I understand.
I
Yes.
haven't brushed my teeth yet.
Haven't brushed your
I just
teeth?
got gun some.
Oh, just got.
You get a whiff of
I thought I smelled some like sweet. I was like, okay. Yes, absolutely. Only way to go. Only way to
I'm
go.
gonna
Yeah.
try to keep my distance.
No,
Pass
I
out.
no, for sure. So we were talking about it with KK. I was like, well, Thomas has got a guest, and she goes, Coach, I don't know about that. It could be anybody. I was like, I trust it. And then look at you brought. Look at that.
LTD.
LTD.
Spelled with an H.
With it's spelled with an H. Yeah, so it's really, if you write it down, it'd be LT and then an H, small H.
Yeah.
D.
Then it emphasizes the H.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your initials?
JMM.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I like those initials.
Yeah, so-
You know what mine is? You know what mine is?
That'd be Thomas Paul TP what?
No, it's
There's not much that beats this initial.
Okay.
It's T-A-P. Tap.
Tap.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. So what's the middle
Tap.
initial? What's the middle initial stand for?
Take a guess.
A good radio guess would be Thomas Arnold Paul.
No.
Okay, not
Sounds
Arnold.
cooler than that.
It sounds cooler than that.
A-N.
Alexander.
No.
Oh no,
No,
that's
N.
A-N.
Alexander.
See, I had that in my head, and I was saying it, and I was like, "That's not A-N. That's
Anthony.
and Thomas Anthony Paul.
Kind of flows, don't it?
Tom and Paul.
Tom and Paul.
Tom and Paul.
Yeah.
There you go.
That could be a TV show, right here.
That should be it.
I mean,
That could be a show right
Tom and
there.
Paul.
Absolutely, the Tom and Paul show, early in the morning. Yeah, bringing you your hit country music, or maybe not country.
I like it.
You like country, but
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen.
He's
Okay,
good.
okay. What else do you like?
Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan. Oh, what about you?
I'm not the biggest
He
fan of
doesn't
country,
like
but
country.
Okay, so who's your favorite? Who's your favorite music? Period.
there's a lot of options.
There are a lot of options.
He's big into rap.
I like rap.
Okay, you like to rap. Okay, who's your favorite
I
rapper?
like the Drake and.
Okay, I got you. I understand. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
What about you?
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, of course, we haven't even said anything about basketball yet. I love the
No,
basketball,
no.
which is fine. That's
Just
fine.
get off
We're
topic.
just going
All right.
off. We've got so much to talk about before we even get to basketball and maybe a little tennis, right?
Yeah.
But no. So if you go to my playlist, it's called. Now that's what I call Mixin' Volume 11. By the way, that's because that's
Mixin'.
right. Mixin' because
Yeah.
that's my name,
Yeah.
right? So it wasn't just something random.
Yeah.
Right there. If you go to that's what I call Mixin' Volume 11. You're gonna see a little ABBA. You're gonna see a little Elvis. You're gonna see a little bit of Wiz Khalifa. You're gonna see a little bit of Kenny Rogers.
Wow,
You're
so it's
gonna,
all over.
You're,
That's
you're
pretty
gonna you're gonna see
diverse.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
see a
pretty
little
diverse.
Linkin Park. You're gonna see a little bit of Rihanna.
Wow.
You're gonna see a little bit of Pavarotti, Nessun Dorma, the opera singer. Nessun Dorma. Yes. Love.
Yeah.
And also his famous song. What was that song called? Doña. La Doña Mobile. There you go. Yeah, you get that. So I have to go from a little opera to a little rap.
To a little Rihanna, to a little
Conway
country,
Twitty.
to a little-
You got to get a little Conway Twitty up in there.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Yeah, so it's hard to really pin down what is the musical style
Yeah.
of Senior Moore or Coach Moore,
Okay.
or as they call me on the street, just
You know
Mixon.
more.
Yeah, Senior Moore. I got a little Vicente Fernandez.
You know Espanol?
I was a Spanish major. My tablet's in Spanish.
Oh my gosh.
Everything I own is in Spanish.
De enero? What does that mean?
28th of January.
Oh.
You don't know Marinero in Spanish class?
No, I don't.
Who was your Spanish teacher? You take Spanish. You take French.
Catherine Gately.
Catherine Gately, Miss Senora Gately.
I'm actually going to watch her son play basketball at 1 o'clock.
Okay, at 1 o'clock. Okay, well you'll have to make
We're
sure.
besties.
You have to make sure she knows that you know Anero now.
Okay.
Yeah, but Vicente Fernandez.
I know some.
You know some. Okay.
Yeah.
Some as in Algo. ALGO.
No.
Algo means some,
Oh, I'll go. Yeah.
or that means something. Some would be just.
I thought
uno.
G was like an H. Oh.
Great question. A hard G sounds like a G. A soft G sounds like a H.
Oh.
Now, how do you know that, Logan Dixon? You don't explain to the.
Logan cheated.
You explain to the whole.
Logan cheated in Espanol. He's homeschooled, so he cheated.
So if the G is followed by a vowel, an
O,
or
E,
or a
I.
no, if it's followed by an O, an A,
Okay.
or a U,
Then it's a G. Good.
yeah, it's a hard G.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. If it's followed by an I or a U, I or an E,
Then it's
a H. Which is funny, you take the word gigante, which means giant, you have a soft G at the beginning, and in the middle you have a hard G. Gigante.
So it's H.
It's Gigante.
Gigante.
Gigante. Soft and hard, right there.
Soft and hard.
Right there.
Moral of today.
That's the moral. That's the moral
Soft
lesson
and
of the day.
hard.
Soft and hard. Yep. Hard, soft G and hard G's.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's there you go. Look at that. Well,
Okay.
see,
Hey,
education. AP basketball. Right. So
Basketball.
enough about my Spanish and everything, and my musical taste.
Hey, I love
Exactly. Absolutely. So basketball. Okay. Let's talk about positions first. You're a 1 or a 2?
I'm a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a 3?
2, 3.
You're a 2 or a 3. Okay. I know you come in at very critical points in the season. I've watched you come in, huge close games. Who do they put in? Logan Dixon comes in. In fact, I saw you get a huge steal against, we were in a big gym, not Stone Memorial. Who was the school?
I remember it.
So Japheth knocks the ball away. You catch it, go on a fast break.
I believe it was home.
No, this was away. We were at, it wasn't Macon County.
Van Buren?
It wasn't Van Buren. This was here recently. Huge steal you made. Upperman, yes. At the Beehive, yes. You got a big steal. Like I said, Jacob hit it, you caught it, counter attack, going the other way. Or in basketball, we'll call it a fast break. So, so of course, and that was a good game. Of course, it didn't work out in our favor, but it's okay. We're playing good basketball, playing hard basketball. Had a tough one last night. Close in the first half, and then second half just kind of got away from us a little bit. But still, I was telling Jacob last night, man, when y'all are on, like the first quarter was really close last night. When y'all are on, I feel like when y'all are on, and that's the thing, I feel like it's just been kind of a process all year long. But when y'all are on, man, I feel like y'all can beat anybody.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a team y'all can't
We
beat.
scored 108 points last night.
There you go.
We had 27 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
27 in the first quarter.
No one's going to beat us in our district. We scored 108.
No, of course not. And but it's been a fun. But what's the journey been like this season, just from the locker room standpoint of just, because I've been telling people, even if when we've won games and lost games this second semester, I still feel like whatever happened to y'all over the Christmas break and then the week or two after that, especially in the Cookville game, y'all have just stepped up to another level. What was the process been like? What's made you? One of the things Jacob said is y'all are playing more wide open now, maybe.
I think one thing that helped us a lot
Okay.
was we had Coach Sullins from Warren County come and practice us.
Okay.
Like, just kind of give us.
Yeah.
And he's doesn't really have a filter, so it's like he's gonna
Right.
cuss you out. Do
Okay.
what he
Okay.
has to do to get you.
Gotcha.
So after that, we just kind of
Okay, I got you.
flip the switch.
Gotcha. So just kind of a different mentality,
Yeah.
different kind of things like that. Well, he was also saying too that y'all are, instead of maybe doing as many like slow developing setup plays, y'all are playing more
Fast
running
pace,
gun,
yeah.
and that's been kind of a cool thing, or like that. Sometimes y'all even go with a smaller lineup. I've noticed sometimes instead of playing with like traditional posts, more like 5 out and different things like that.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun. Gotcha.
Against Stone, we've ran it slow. We've tried to slow down the pace, and
Right.
we've ran it fast. So
Okay.
we're trying to figure out how to
What's the best combination?
How to
Right.
beat 'em, yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the cool thing. If you can figure out how to beat them in the tournament, that's where it counts the most.
Yeah.
In fact, the one team so it's funny that my last 2 boys soccer seasons, we went as the number 1 team in the district, lost the district championship. The next time we had a season, we
Against who?
lost to Mackenzie High School, and but the next time we played in the tournament, which was not the next year because it was COVID the next year, and the next year we went as a 4 seed, won the whole thing, went to state. So the thing is, it does matter. It does matter the seeding you go in, but if you're playing good ball, that's what matters the most. Right? Because you're playing good basketball, you're figuring things out, you can make a tournament run, and bam, there you go. Well, look at Upperman. They won state last year, and I think they went in as a 4 seed in girls basketball.
Yeah.
But it looks like y'all are figuring things out. Jacob's really getting after it now, making some blocks down low and doing different things like that, and figuring out the role he needs to be in there and in the inside and things like that. And Christian's hitting some threes, and y'all are all hitting some threes. Y'all making good passes, and
Coach calls Christian the hidden gem.
the hidden gem.
People don't look and think about Christian, but he comes in and does his job.
I got you. Cool beans. So, ask you 2 little personal questions here about in from a basketball standpoint. Now, Logan, how many years you played basketball?
I played all my life, really, since I was Probably five.
Okay,
Six.
got you. Now, are you from White County?
I am.
Okay, now what elementary school did you play for?
Finley.
Finley. Okay, over there on the Kelly Harper Gymnasium floor, right? Was it signed yet when you were there?
We actually was in the.
Kelly Harper. I thought it was Kelly Jolly.
Kelly Jolly, not Kelly Harper. Yeah. See, look at that. See, he got me
They
fixed.
corrected.
Look, I know. I'm like, when I said that, I was like, Kelly Harper. That doesn't sound right. Something's wrong about
Kelly
that.
Jolly.
Yeah, Kelly Jolly. There you go. See, there you go. See, there you go. See, you should do a show every week.
Yeah.
That way you
I
can
mean,
correct
I'll
these
help
things.
out.
Right.
Listen, I went to Northfield Elementary School.
Okay, I got you.
With
Okay.
Grant Slatton.
But Grant Slam. Okay, I
Did
got
you
you.
see his dunk last week?
I did. It was awesome. It was awesome for sure.
Crazy.
So yeah. So
That's gonna be me one day.
That's gonna be you one day. Gotcha. I understand. Well, you never know. So there you go. So, but you went to Finley.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, and of course, who was your junior high coach?
It was both the Hickses.
Okay, both Hicks. Okay.
Logan and then Kyle.
Okay. Now, did y'all play together? I guess growing up. I guess same grade, everything like that.
I actually got held back, so I was supposed to be in freshman in college now, but I got
Okay.
held back my freshman year.
Okay. I got you.
So he was right behind me in middle school.
Okay, I got you. Well, was he kind of a mentor to you?
Yeah.
Kind of a role model?
Him and Isaac Butcher and Grant Miller, and I remember all of them.
Right, got you.
Javen.
Jeremy
played
Hall,
last
Javen.
year.
Would you feel like your life would be different if he hadn't have mentored you?
Yeah.
It'd be very different, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of
I
like
looked up to him.
your protege.
Yeah. But now we're best friends. So.
I got you. I understand. Got you. So it's kind of like
Mentor slash
like
best
a
friend.
Obi-Wan and Anakin type thing.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't kill him later on
Oh.
in the third movie. That's not good.
I got
And
you.
no lightsaber
Hopefully it
duels.
won't turn evil.
No, there you go. That's right. I got you. Now, what do you want to do after high school?
I want to go to Tech.
Okay.
Maybe major in some kind of business.
Okay.
And I want to hopefully get my contractor's license and start building houses.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That's such a big. Well, it's a huge industry right now because the way things are going in the country, and everybody's going to move in this area too, which is cool.
Yeah.
Been really cool about all the houses built and everything like that. So cool things. All right. So what about you? Now, what are you looking at doing? You play basketball, I guess, your whole life.
Yeah.
Everything like that. So would you say that was your first sports love?
Yes. I started playing basketball whenever I was like 3 or 4-ish.
Okay.
For YMCA League.
Yes.
In Cookville.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just kind of grew from there.
So you haven't always lived in White County, or you've always lived in White
I
County?
grew up in Georgia.
In Georgia. Okay.
And me and my family moved here whenever I was really young.
Okay. So, moved here from Georgia, and then when did you start going to White County schools?
I mean, I guess whenever I started going to elementary school, I went to Northfield in elementary. And then and then I went to White County Middle School. And White County.
So you never went to Cookville Elementary School?
No.
Oh, you usually do YMCA in Cookville.
Yes.
Got you. Where you were a 5.
But my mom works at Cookville High School. My mom's a nurse. Because we live right on the line of Cookville and Sparta. But, So it's like my mom wanted to go to Cookville, but we got signed up in Sparta. So.
I got you. And you were a 5 back then, right? You had to be the post. You were the big, tall post.
Oh.
No, you never a post?
Oh, no. I mean,
you never a 5?
I was this little bitty, like 15-pound kid back in the day.
Just 15 pounds.
15.
No muscle, just straight, just bones. I
Straight
got
up
you.
bones.
Well, it's fun fact, when I was that age, I was actually the same thing, but I had a red fro.
No
So
way.
you could see me everywhere.
You might need to bring it back.
Dude.
You know, I've had it in the past. I'm not going to say that
You
it
got
wasn't.
some waves going on.
Oh yeah, I've always had the waves.
I like them.
It's gotten a lot of interesting attention in the
So
past.
if you grew it out, would it be like curls?
Oh yeah, and there are pictures in the past of me with the red fro. Oh yeah, oh no, that was me. I've had the red fro for a long time. So of course now I get my hair cut at 19 and Grace down here. Cassie Savage does a great job.
Wow.
She does a really great job. But I had a fro back in the day. I was proud of the fro. So they could always find me. Like I'd be like back in the day, you know, you didn't have to be clung to your parents when you went to the stores. Like these might get kidnapped now.
You just look for a kid.
But she would just.
Big old.
There he is. Come here. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, that's how she would do it. Yeah, that's how she would do it. Yeah, I was definitely not a helicopter parent. It was more of a telescope. He's good. So, and what's funny about that was my half-brother, he's half Thai. Okay? Now, his name is Landy
Thai.
from Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but his nickname is Taco. That's a story behind that.
Like
Either way.
Tycho or
No, Taco.
Taco.
He was called Taco when he was young by some people. I guess maybe thought he was Hispanic.
Oh,
but he's Thai.
That's interesting.
So either way, so when me, him, and my cousin Sunnybrook were in Disney World together, we were all holding hands. So you had this brown-skinned, dark, black-headed kid, 7 years older than a 4-year-old with red hair, fro, holding a dirty blonde-haired white girl. We were all just walking down there, and people just all stared and looked.
Aww.
Yeah, Landy, Nixon, and Sunnybrook.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, could have been like a cereal brand there.
Landy.
Mixon
Southern Girl. Is that what you?
Sunnybrook.
Sunnybrook.
Or Southern Girl. Okay, I had Kelly Harper. You had Southern Girl. So either way, yeah, Kelly Jolly and Sunnybrook. Yeah, her name was Rebecca. So
that was what? Your mom?
That was my cousin Rebecca.
Oh.
My mom's name was, fun fact,
How's he from Thailand?
Because my dad married a woman
from Thailand.
Mom Punborn. Real sweet lady, owns a Thai restaurant in Jackson. True story.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so when I see her, I always walk up to her and give her a big hug, say "Fon Rak Kun," give her a kiss, which means "I love you" in Thai. Yeah, she doesn't speak Spanish, obviously. I speak Spanish. See, that's why I wanted to learn Spanish, because my dad spoke Laotian.
Where did you originally learn Spanish?
In Gibson County, and then I went to college for it at UTM.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. So we just love. We're a family of languages.
That's so cool. I wish I knew Espanol like fluently.
Well, maybe you can study in college. Maybe both of them study in college. Or if you're doing business, that might be a cool thing. What's that?
He's already so far behind. He cheated his whole way through.
He just cheated the whole time through. I got you. I don't believe that, Logan. I think he's lying on you. I think he's just lying on you. Gotcha. So, all right. Well, now, where you want to go to school next year?
Tech.
You want to go to Tech? Okay. Gotcha.
I think I might want to do something in business.
Okay.
I'm not real sure yet.
Okay.
I don't really know what I want to do yet.
Okay. Gotcha. Still kind of
I guess I'll just figure it out.
Well, that's a good time at freshman sophomore year to kind of figure out what you like. You might, with your intellectual, heritage, you might become a philosopher.
Oh yeah, Thomas Alexander.
Thomas Aquinas, yeah, I got Thomas Aquinas, right, yeah. Or you might be, or an English major, or you might get in some kind of, or who knows what you might get. You might just fall in love with all of them. Or you might just do it all and still do business.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I might do some contracting.
Might do some contracting with this guy. Yeah.
Who knows?
That way y'all can be of the same philosophy.
Yeah, well, my dad's a roofer.
Okay.
And so I might have to fall into that category.
I got you.
Which, I like doing it.
Yeah, do you like roofing?
Yeah, I've done a few jobs with that.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
Did y'all put on the sheet metal or the actual
Shingles?
Shingles.
It's like they do all of it. My brother recently started his own roofing business.
Okay.
Paul's Exteriors.
So
if you guys need a roof.
Okay, Paul's Exteriors is the one to have. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, one time I was in this group called World Changers. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's this Christian organization that they go and do mission trips. They take kids down, they build houses, stuff like that. And if they make a mistake, they obviously go back again and correct it. But the fun story was I didn't realize, this is supposed to be hurricane ready.
Okay.
And we're supposed to put 10 nails in this by a certain month, and I ended up putting 30 nails in this. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. Really,
that ain't good.
No, it wasn't. But I would say I nailed it. Not bad.
You nailed it.
So either way, y'all, Thomas, every time I need an hour to interview.
Yeah.
I need an hour to interview you guys. I feel like we don't really get off topic so much, so that's my fault there, folks. But two good young men here. So glad to have both of you guys here. Now, spring. Are you looking forward? Well, first and foremost, before we even get to spring, we got some business.
Okay.
Before I want y'all go into the White House, the Glass House. So when we go to the Glass House, all you seniors can come back on and talk about it one more time.
What's the Glass House?
That's the state.
TSU.
Yes, right. All right, so
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So is that what y'all always want to do this season? Has that been always the goal? Of course, we won the district championship last year, and I know that's going to region tournament. Got put out in regions, but man, how awesome that be! When was the last time we went to the Glass? Was 2015 maybe?
2015.
2015. Okay, yeah. So I was looking at it last night. I think I read it was like there have been 12 state tournament appearances and 2 of them are state championships.
Wow.
So it seems like y'all are due for
another
appearance, and who knows what the result would be of that. It could be an Elite Eight,
so.
Final Four,
right.
championship game, maybe bring home another gold ball. Be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to watch it on the dish.
We get a ring.
And we get a ring. You get a ring. That's
Not just a
right.
big old ball.
And a beach trip. We had a
Oh
promise.
yeah, Coach Mitchell said in the locker room the other day.
Okay.
He said that if we win regions,
Okay.
he'll take us to Top Golf
Okay.
as our reward.
Okay.
And he said if we win state, we're going on another beach trip.
Nice.
Like we're gonna get a beach house and we're gonna go and beach it up.
Right.
But without playing basketball.
No, right.
Because we go in the Christmas tournament and play like a few games every day. And
Right.
So don't really get to have enough time for the beach. And it's always cold.
Yes.
And
This will be
yeah, and so it'll be
warm.
like summer and
the seniors or the whole team.
whole team.
Whole team. Gotcha. So you go hang out at the beach all day, grill hot dogs at night, and play chess.
Yeah. Or crab legs.
You play crab legs or you
No,
play chess?
no. We
You
gonna
eat
grill
crab.
hot dogs and hamburger. We're gonna go out to eat.
Go out to eat?
We're gonna get crab legs.
Crab legs, and then come home and play chess.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or euchre. We've learned this. Me and him have learned this new card game called euchre,
Okay, euchre.
and it's really fun.
Is it strategic or is it just luck based or speed based?
It's hard. It's hard to comprehend.
Hard. You have to show me. You have to explain this.
We'll have to have another episode for.
Just on the euchre, yeah. Yes, on the maroon and gray on the euchre table.
Maroon and gray euchre.
Yes, gotcha. I understand. Well, sounds good. Now, I do want to ask about spring just real quick here. Are you playing any spring sports?
I'm not, no.
Okay.
I played golf in the fall. but
Played golf.
sadness
Okay.
in the fall.
Okay, that's awesome. I know we had a good golf season. Excited. Okay, we interviewed some of the golf coach there in the fall there. So now, Thomas has said that he might be interested in playing a spring sport, maybe a little tennis action here. So of course, and I know the head coach. Okay, there you go. He's announcing right there on the Maroon and Gray Saturday show.
Play tennis.
Gonna play tennis. Gotcha. So.
I done got a racket. I was gonna play my sophomore year.
Okay.
And I came to a few practices and I was like, this is just not for me. Because I could hit the dang thing over the net.
Okay, I got you.
But hopefully with a new coach and
That's right. Well, two coaches.
Two coaches,
me
and
and Coach Topher. That's right. It's Coach Topher and of course.
I'm playing this year.
Listen.
Sophomore year, I played.
Well, I could use some more guys, so there you go. So we might have had 2 recruits here on the Maroon and Gray show. Look, I'm telling you, look at that. And of course, my one rule of recruiting is never recruit a player that's from another team on the same time of the year. But seeing as y'all not playing spring sports until now, look at that, bam, look at that. So my thing's going to be just if I can bring the talent there, Coach Topher can get them ready to go win state. So that's right. Look at that.
So when is it going to start up?
We're going to start up on February the 6th. We're going to have that first week. Now, you'll be doing basketball, so y'all will not start with me until later on. But February 6th is when we'll start going out there and doing some working out, getting all the paperwork and everything else. Then February 13th, first we're going to practice.
Okay.
And we'll be going. But again, y'all will be there in March, right? Which is fine. That's good. We'll get you in there in March.
It's a few months of I'm going to be missing out on a few months there.
Hey, listen, that's fine. We'll see what it'll be is you'll spend the rest of March getting ready for tennis. And then when we come back from spring break, that first 2 weeks of April, and then last 2 weeks of April, bam, y'all are just getting in there dominating.
Oh yeah.
Dominating. And
We'd
you'll
be
just
good
be
doubles partners.
so what it'll be is we'll have the kind of the team going real well, and then we just kind of add y'all like the NOS on a car.
Yeah.
Like if you're running, like if you're racing.
Yeah.
So there's like the car, and then all of a sudden we just add y'all have that extra, right? Exactly. Y'all
You could put that in better.
Exactly. Not that I support illegal street racing, but like legalized where you're all racing against each other in a. I'm sure there's some type of venue for that where you would use NOS. Not that you would ever use it on the streets, but yes. So the more I worded that, I was like, I don't know if that's really a good example, but yeah. So that's what y'all can do for us. That'd be huge because y'all are playing until hopefully the state tournament. I think is the first week of spring sports season.
Okay.
So it is.
So we won't be too far behind.
No, not too far behind.
Okay.
No, not too far behind. So, because y'all be playing all the way to that Friday state championship, right?
Yeah.
That's
We're
right.
all
That's
the way.
right. Yeah, bring
All
it home, and
all the way.
so and we'll definitely be there. If we have a game, if we have a match that week, we'll definitely cancel and be at y'all state tournament. So I can't wait to be there,
Awesome.
support you guys, and hopefully the girls and the guys, everything like that. So I know the basketball's great. I mean, and I know not every year you go to state. I know things happen, and I know that it's hard to get to state. But the cool thing about White County basketball, it seems like there's always the potential to do it.
Yeah.
There's always that potential. There's always that excitement, and there's always that belief it can't happen. That's not the way it is in every school. Some schools, if they ever went, they'd just be stunned. But White County's like, no, we've got the kids. We can do this. We can do this. It may not happen. And if it doesn't, we're going to love them either way. But it can happen every year. And that's what's so cool about being there. And I know that's been a great tradition for y'all to be a part of, and just to get to have on there and everything. So, but it's exciting. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. I wish I had more time to talk. I mean, we could and everything like that. And anytime y'all want to come on the show, please come on.
Have us back.
I'll take you guys back for sure. And during the spring, we can talk about tennis. We can talk about tennis one more time. That's right. Yeah, before the season's over. Yeah, so that'll be great. Well, guys,
our own coach too.
Yeah, you finally have Coach Moore as an actual coach. Yeah, so yeah, it might be like, yeah, I didn't know what I was getting into there with that. So, well, I like to tell people in a lot of ways, I'm a lot like other coaches. It's just that I'm more.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, more.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Logan, you got it first. I'm going to shake your hand. Now I'm going to shake your hand. So either way. Logan Dickerson, Thomas Paul, always a pleasure, honor. Appreciate you guys, and glad for you guys coming on the show. And hopefully we'll have you one more time in the spring. So, anyway, God bless, guys.
Thanks,
good to have you guys. Appreciate it. So, Logan Dickerson and Thomas Paul here. Glad to have these two singers. It's been a lot of fun to watch in sports. Now, for our last guest, we have a couple of our cheerleaders here. We have Allison Wallace and Ella Young. Y'all come on. Okay, that's fine. So we've got Ella Young. Nice to have you on here, right, Ella Young?
Yes.
That's right. Okay, good. So welcome to the Maroon and Gray. This is the 17th edition of the Maroon and Gray Saturday Show. Before we get started here, we'd like to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We have Wallace Insurance Agency, Franks, and Cheek Insurance Agency. So, Ella, good to have you on the show here. Now, you're a junior, correct?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I know we weren't able to get some of the singers on this show. Hopefully we'll get them on later on in the year. But, yeah, so anyway, cool. Now, how long have you cheered at White County?
This year it will be 6 years.
6 years, okay, wonderful. Now, who was your cheerleading sponsor in middle school?
Amy Bitch and Victor Parks.
Okay, wonderful. Now, are you a back spot? Now, here's something about it. I know this from a little bit of experience. So, a little bit of my background. I was a mascot from 8th grade all the way through college for basketball. And my senior year, I was a back spot and a mascot because we had a Pioneer outfit. And then in college, I was a cheerleader and a mascot, but I would switch in between at Dyersburg State Community College. I also technically was a mascot for the Diamond Jacks as a minor league team, but I didn't do any stunting there. So I was a back spot. So when I asked this question, are you a base, a back spot, or a flyer?
I'm a base and I'm a flyer.
You're a flyer. Okay, cool beans. Okay, so you do a little bit of both. Okay, what do you like doing more?
I love flying.
You love flying. Okay, wonderful. That's a lot of fun. You got to tighten up and get all close and pinch penny and everything like that. Yeah, so get your arms straight and everything like that. Or unless you're doing like a... Yep, and fun fact, my senior year, which when I started stunning, what it was I was always the mascot. I played football. I was a basketball mascot, and I played soccer. All right. So my senior year, I was at cheerleading tryouts, and I just came for fun. I didn't have to try out. And they were like, no, it was the first practices, like in May, right? And they're like, Mixon, why have you never studied? I'm like, and they're like, well, what do you want to get? So I was like, sure. So I get in there. So my flyer, by the time we were done that year, could do a scorpion.
Oh, yes.
And then pull it through.
Ooh.
Like all the way while she was up there. Scorpion pull through. So now, what all the liberty and different things do you have down pat? You think?
Yeah, probably. For me, I love flying, but I also base majority of the time.
Majority of the time. Okay, I got you.
We have a bunch of smaller girls on the team this year.
Okay.
So that they just put me in that spot. Last year, I flew a lot last year because we had stronger bases last year.
Okay, I got you. Cool, man. So you get to do both and like that. Do you like to do liberties when you go up?
Yes, I love doing them. They're so much fun.
Yeah, yep. Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Of course, back then when we used to bring the girls down, we would still basket toe. Like we would still kind of bring them down like that. Y'all bring them down more.
We do a pop down whenever we bring them down. Or
right.
if they're more advanced, we do a full down.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, yep. Those are all fun. I remember, fun times. I remember one time we were in football camp, but we were still practicing for we were trying to get ready for the first pep rally of the year, and like I had to be at football practice in like 20 minutes. And we did a liberty, but then our girl slipped, and she came down and elbowed me in the nose. And so I'm sitting here bleeding, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine, let's go." And so we finally stuck the liberty. She came down, we got it down. I was like, "Okay, you guys good?" All right, then I ran into football. So that day, I bled at cheerleading, and then hit people in football. But the blood occurred at cheerleading, not at football. So it was a weird dynamic there that day. But yeah, so. Well, also, I know y'all are so much fun to watch. Of course, I watched during football season, watched the football cheerleaders. They did a great job. And during basketball season, y'all are loud, y'all are proud, y'all do good stunts. It's just been so much fun to watch you guys. What's it been like? Now, you're a junior and you've done this for all these years. What was it like when you first started high school cheerleading?
When I first started high school cheerleading, it was very nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking, okay.
I was on JV the first year I cheered, obviously. Okay. And then afterwards, that year was COVID year.
Oh, wow.
So it was very boring and bland. But until we got to go up with varsity.
Right.
And it was like practice with varsity, and it was very stressful because we thought we had to hit every single stunt and everything like that.
Right. Okay. Now, so we have a JV's cheerleading squad too.
Yes.
So how many cheerleaders are if you add varsity cheerleaders with basketball and JV cheerleaders with basketball, how many cheerleaders are total? How many do you think we have?
I'm guessing we have 22.
Okay.
But for football season, we have almost like 27.
27. Okay. Is that JV and varsity combined?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how many cheerleaders cheer varsity games?
12. That's all we were allowed to have on the court because it's smaller space.
I got you. I understand. What about in football?
Football, 18.
18. Okay, so the number does change a little bit.
Yes.
Gotcha. Now, so is that just something do y'all do it based on grade or just based on talent going from JV to varsity?
We really based it on talent.
Okay.
Because here's a good example. We have one junior on varsity because it was your first year cheering.
Okay.
So we have that, and then afterwards it's based on. But she's grown so much.
Okay, good.
That she's done so well. I'm so proud of her.
Gotcha. Wonderful. That's all. Well, it seems like just a fun team to be around, and y'all get the crowd going. The crowd really reacts to y'all well. It's just so much fun to see that, and what's that like? It's got to be special to be in that Roy Sewell Gymnasium. It's always a good crowd, always a fun spirit section, always a great band. Does that make it like super special for you guys to cheer at that gym in particular?
Yes, because they, as you said, they boost us up. They give us confidence, and they even make us laugh sometimes. It's hilarious. But we love dancing to the band because they play songs from football season and basketball season. It's so much fun.
Yep.
And it gets the crowd going and everything. So
I love when they play. I told Donnell, Mr. Donnell, one of the band director over the pep section, I told him that every time they play the song, Shut Up and Dance With Me, I say nothing can go wrong during that song. Everything, we're playing good, we can be playing a terrible game. When they play that one song, everything goes right. At least for that 2 minutes they play that song, everything goes right. I love when they play that. I love that rendition of that song. And of course the fight song and all the other stuff too. It's a lot of fun, but they do a great job. And like I said, y'all coordinate so well with them. And y'all sound good and y'all look great. It's a lot of fun to watch. And I say that as both somebody who's a fan, but also somebody who's kind of done it a little bit, right? So I kind of know how that works. It's not every cheerleading squad's made equal. They're different dynamics, but some of them just kind of are there to look pretty, or they're there to just be seen. But y'all really get in there and get excited about it, and that's a lot of fun. You really engage the crowd, lead the crowd, as they say. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah. Now, you cheered for 6 years, and so that means your junior high and then all this. Did you cheer in before junior high?
well, I cheered a little bit whenever I was like in June. There's a league in basketball that I used to cheer for.
Okay.
But other than that, from there I switched over to basketball.
Okay.
I did that for like 8 years maybe.
Okay.
And then afterwards I switched back to cheer.
Okay. Now, what elementary school did you play basketball at the elementary school?
Yes.
Which elementary school did you play at?
I went to Woodland and Dole, but I started playing at Dole.
Okay, played at Dole. Okay, gotcha. Now, what made you want to go to cheerleading?
So in 7th grade,
Okay.
my friends were like, "Listen, you should try for cheerleading. We're trying out. We're getting private coaching for it."
Okay.
And I'm over here like, "Okay, I'll try this out. Let's see how I do."
Okay.
And ever since from there, it's just accelerated from there.
I got you. So you kind of just fell in love with it.
Yes.
I got you. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it's fun. I always tell people, I make the joke. I said, when I played football, I loved it. I loved football. I loved playing football at my alma mater. And that was an awesome experience. And then soccer was awesome. But I tell people, I actually had probably the most just straight fun doing the mascot. It was just fun. It was pure fun. You're out there in front of a crowd. The crowd's moving with you, especially like it's a really close basketball game, and all of a sudden you start doing cheers that go along with what's going on in the game, and all of a sudden you're down by 10, then all of a sudden you're down by 5, and you're down by 3, and it feels like you've probably seen this. Have you ever seen it to where it looked like the score was one thing, but it's like the crowd was willing a team to win? Have you ever seen the momentum shift that way, and it looks like it's almost like the crowd just willed that team to hit that 3 and to take that lead, and it's an organic experience. It's not really, you don't really play basketball or football in a vacuum. The crowd affects so much of how the game goes, right, and how they lift their spirit when they hit a 3, and all of a sudden the crowd just goes crazy, or the cheerleaders are getting some cheer going, and the crowd's starting to go with them. It's just a fun, organic experience, I guess you might say, to be able to see that, and it's just a different experience. That's why sometimes certain schools are kind of disadvantaged because maybe their crowd doesn't travel well. They don't. But White County's never really had that problem, so as far as I've seen. So in fact, I was telling KK earlier on the show that sometimes it's probably felt like you look down at the court and it's a different color, but it still feels like a home game because we have more crowd there.
Yes.
Yeah, and our cheerleaders are louder than their cheerleaders.
And then our pep section goes with us.
Yes.
The cheerleaders go with us. The crowd goes with us, as you said. It's so much fun, and it's like home. It's like
exactly anywhere you go, right? So, and I'm sure that's been fun too. Is it fun? I know home games are a lot of fun, but has it been fun over the years to get to travel to these other places and see their places? Yeah.
It's so cool because you get to see all these different types of gyms and see how all these other people play.
Right.
And I see our teams getting better.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And you see their specific traditions and their chants, and there's sometimes some of them probably sing their alma mater and stuff like that, maybe at halftime and stuff like that. But it's neat to have that. It's one of the things I love about high school athletics. It's a cultural exchange, right? You're getting to see this other microculture over here, and it's like when you travel to Macon County, or you travel to Stone, or you're getting to see, you have these two cultures interacting for a night, and then they go home, everybody's good, and like that. So, but it's a lot of fun to be able to have that, share that competition with another group of people, right? And another group of cheerleaders, and another group of, you're all competing and having a good time, then you all go home. So it's a lot of fun. So, and just that kind of atmosphere, different crowds and all the concessions and everything. So sure, it's a lot of fun for sure. Now, so senior year's next year, so you excited. Now, do you play any other sports at White County?
Not at the moment. Cheer takes up all of my time.
I got
It's like, it's either cheer, but I also have hobbies that I could like sprinkle in there sometimes. But other than that, cheer is just my life pretty much.
I got you. I understand. Well, that's wonderful. Now, of course, now do you cheer just basketball, or do you do basketball and football?
I do both.
You do both. Okay, gotcha. Now, what's that like? 'Cause I've never cheered football, obviously, because I played football. What do you feel like the difference between cheering football and basketball? What is one of the biggest differences?
Okay, so one of the biggest differences is we are standing right in front of the student section.
Okay.
And it gives us so much, and they pep us up, and we pep them up, and we get them doing the chants and everything like that. And then also just like the atmosphere of being at a home football game, like the classic home football game.
Right.
It's just so much fun.
Yep.
Because we get to stunt, and it's just so much fun. And they actually, in my opinion, the crowd interacts more at football games.
Okay, gotcha. Do you think that's because y'all are positioned in basketball at the end of the gym and the student section is kind of away, whereas in football y'all are right there with them?
Yes.
Gotcha. Now, what's your favorite thing about cheering during basketball season?
My favorite thing is I love interacting with the girls. I love stunting. Stunting's probably one of my favorite things to do because we get to use our power.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Cool beans. Now, we've got some big games coming up this week. We've also got senior nights coming up for the next week against Macon County. And then we're traveling to Warren. Are we traveling to Warren County Monday or Tuesday? Monday. Okay, so we're going to Warren County on Monday. All right, so that'll be fun. Now, let's see. So I'm sure you've been to Warren County a few different times, everything like that. So it's over. I think they call it Forest City. I think is what it's called. Yes. So that'll be a lot of fun. So we're excited about that. And then we got who else? We got Warren County. We've got 2 more away games. We're going to Cumberland County as well, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. So do we have 2 home away games this week?
I'm pretty sure we do. Yes, because last week we had 2 home games.
Right.
This week I'm pretty sure we do have 2 away games.
Okay. So we've got let's see, Cumberland left, Warren, Macon. There's a one more. Is it Livingston maybe at home?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we versed them there, because we versed them at their school and once at ours.
Gotcha. So. Yeah, it was funny when I went to Livingston. They have a neat little, just a unique thing about them. When you go over there, they have their I guess like their padded seats are actual chairs. They just fold out. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but they're just kind of. I've never seen a school do that, but it was kind of cool. Kind of unique to them, right? So yeah. So they have they also have the hog eye tradition. They have they start chanting that, and that's so cool. You get to see their stuff. They get to see ours. I'm sure some people probably wonder what are they spelling over there like with us. I remember the girls had to tell me during soccer season. I had them chant sometimes the SSSPA. Sparta. Right there you go. Look at that. So yeah, that's kind of a unique thing for us, something like that. So yeah, so that's cool. So and that now, did you always grow up in White County?
Yes,
okay.
Always.
Gotcha. So did you go to games when you were young?
Yes, I loved whenever I was younger and we got to go to the basketball games. It was and I thought the gym was slam packed. They had all these cheerleaders down there.
Right.
And it seemed so small for some reason. I don't know why, but it seemed like they always supported the game.
Right.
It was so much fun. But it's changed ever since COVID.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. COVID made things differently. There's a lot more streaming now. There's a lot more other things, and I understand that's kind of just the way our society is going, everything like that. People like to. They go to a lot of places. Still big crowds, still fun crowds, but it's different, right? It's a little different, but you adapt and you change with the times and stuff like that. So that's the way it goes. But there's still that beautiful. It's still a beautiful atmosphere. It's still a lot of fun going to Roy Sewell Gymnasium and everything like that. So, but you've seen it. So, what was it like when you first stepped on that court as a cheerleader? When you're like, okay, you went from being the kid going to the games to the actual cheerleader.
That was insane. I never thought I would be down there.
Oh, wow.
At that moment, I was playing basketball, and I was like, those cheerleaders are so cool.
Right.
Everything like that. And then afterwards, now I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And it is insane.
Right, yeah. But it's exciting, so I'm sure it's like, and I'm sure eventually it became normal, but at first you were probably like, wow, I'm here, I'm right here. Yes. Right, exactly. So that's awesome. That is awesome. So now you're a junior this year, senior next year. Have you started thinking about what you want to do when you graduate?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about going into cosmetology school.
Okay.
And then being a traveling cosmetologist.
Wow, that'll be now. Is that with? Okay, now forgive me here because I'm probably fixing to show my ignorance here. Is cosmetology just with hair, or is it also makeup?
It's makeup, nails, everything like beauty related.
Beauty related. Okay, now what do you want to focus more in?
I love doing hair. It's one of my I've been doing hair for like a good while now because I actually have a hairstyling Instagram.
Okay.
I use that platform for.
Okay, wonderful. Gotcha. Have you ever cut hair?
We practice cutting hair in the salon at the high school.
That's right. We have a really good cosmetology program at the high school.
Yes.
In fact, this is the first high school. So I've taught and coached at South Fulton High School, Haywood High School, Gibson County High School. This is the biggest high school I've ever taught at. This is one of the first I've ever had that had a cosmetology program. Now, who's over that?
Miss White.
Miss White. Okay. Now, how many classes have you taken of that?
This is my second year taking a cosmetology class.
Okay. Now, did you fall in love with cosmetology class in her class, or was it before that?
It was before that.
Okay, so you just knew you wanted to go into that.
Yes.
Exciting. Now, so have you ever cut anybody's actual hair, or has it been more like mannequins?
It's been more of mannequins really, because like we had to work on the public.
Gotcha.
So, and we need to learn how to do that before, because we did a section where we cut like each type of haircut. We have a 180, 90, all this other stuff. And
Okay.
we practice that one time through.
Okay.
And then we just keep on going with our lesson.
Okay. See, I don't know any of that terminology. That's so cool. It's really neat to discuss this. Now, what is a 180?
A 180 is where you cut from the very top of the head straight up. So like here's the hair, and you pull it up, straight up, and you get the scissors and snip off the top.
Okay, that's a 180. And what's the 190 you said?
I mean, it's the 90-degree angle.
Okay.
So it's like a right angle,
Okay.
but you cut straight out.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
And then afterwards we have the 0-degree angle where we cut straight down.
Okay. Awesome. Now, what do you like work? Would you want to work on just women's hair, or would you also like to do men's?
I also like doing men's because
Okay.
it's like we get to have two different aspects of doing things.
Yes.
Because women's hair, you get to cut long hair, and men's hair, you can focus on very intricate detail.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. What about beards?
Beards, I have never worked on beards.
Yeah, I got you. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, they're a little different, right? They're a little different. So, no, they're a lot of. I've had a beard. I guess when I was in high school, I had started getting one. When I got to college or like that. So, but yeah, beards. They use more of the trimmers, the little things like that, But it's an interesting. It's almost like I tell people sometimes I make the joke. It's like, well, I actually have two hairdos. There's one here, there's one here, and you cut them differently, right? They're kind of a different kind of feel and everything like that. So now, do you think you'd want to be someone who cuts it all?
I want to, yeah, probably, because like that's for me. I'm focused on getting the money in it. That's why I'm doing travel and cosmetology.
Okay.
That I get to go everywhere, but it's also more of a difficult process because the licensing is different in each state.
Okay.
So I have to get a certain amount of hours. For me, I might have to get like 2 or 3 licensings.
Okay.
Just to work all around the United States.
Gotcha. Now, with Miss White, how many courses does she offer in cosmetology with hair?
She offers. What do you mean by that?
So, like, is there a cosmetology? Is like cosmetology 1, 2?
Yes.
Okay. Is there 3 and 4, or is there just those
There's
2?
3.
There's 3. Okay. Do you plan on taking the 3rd one next year?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what's the differences in the 3? What do they call them?
Okay, so Cos 1 is where you learn how to paint nails.
Okay.
And give like massages to the hands and the feet.
Oh wow! I didn't know we did all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then afterwards in cosmetology too, we focus on hair.
Okay.
But also last semester we learned how to do facials and a bunch of other things, which is very cool because we get to learn how to use the machines that they use as an esthetician uses.
Okay, an esthetician. What's an esthetician?
An esthetician is a person that like focuses on the face.
Okay, I had no clue. Wow, that's so cool. I'm getting to learn all kinds of cool things today. Well, it's funny. When I've interviewed bowling. I've interviewed our welding class. I've interviewed golf. I've interviewed Teacher of the Year. I've interviewed one of our choir members. I tell people that when I do this show, I feel like I learn something every episode from some athlete or some student or some organization. So an esthetologist is someone who works on the beauty of the face.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Now, so that's cause 1 and cause 2. What does cause 3 focus on? Do they call it that? Is that the word the cause 1 and 2 and 3? Okay. What's cause 3 about?
So it's basically an overview of what you've done in the past 2 years and also the business aspect of it.
Okay, like how to run
like how to keep your stocks up, how to get the product in, how to price everything.
Right. I guess is it done, do you usually price it by the hour or by the difficulty of the assignment?
The difficulty of the assignment.
Okay.
Because let's just say you're going to get a cut. You don't want to price the cut as the same as one of the most difficult highlighting or coloring things you have to do.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Now, so before you were in cause 1 and 2 in Miss White, has she always been the teacher?
Yes, always.
Now, what have there been things that you've learned that have surprised you?
Yes.
Okay.
Very many things. How to hold a cutting shear, how to just like do anything really.
Okay, gotcha.
Like she surprises me with all different sorts of ways, but also whenever you first started, like for me, whenever we started cutting hair, I was like, okay, this is a 0 degree, this is a 90, 180.
Right.
Well, I finally understood what that meant, and it like clicked.
Yes.
And then afterwards, whenever we start coloring hair, like a relaxer retouch, for example, you only apply it to the roots. When you apply a total relaxer, you apply it to the whole head.
Okay. And when you say relax, what is that?
It's so people, for example, if people have curly hair,
Okay.
they want to like chemically straighten it. That's what a relaxer does.
Okay, gotcha. So someone here, I got you. I understand. Okay, got you like that. Okay, wonderful. So you're getting to learn all that stuff and all the terminology and all the so that class. If you really gets you a really good start. A lot of people, for a lot of students, when they graduate high school and when they go into cosmetology, I think obviously you're going in with a lot more knowledge than the average student because a lot of students when they go into cosmetology, maybe they've only learned something from their parents, maybe a cousin. But I would say most of the schools I've coached at, they're basically going in with none of that knowledge. So how special is that to be able to have that opportunity?
So special because in the cosmetology program, we get to get the hours. Like, we get to take those hours and take it to the cosmetology school we want to go to.
Oh, really? So you already have, so it kind of gives you some prerequisites.
Yes.
Okay, wow, and they honor that at those schools. What school do you think you'd want to go to?
For me, it's either going to be the Aveda Institute or the TCAT Livingston location because Aveda, they focus on a bunch of different things. They have a model show every year.
Okay.
They focus on, like, more intricate things than TCAT would. TCAT just focuses on like the basics of what you need to go out into like getting your cosmetology test because the whole reason for cosmetology school is so that you can get your license because you have to take a test to get your license.
Okay, I understand. And when you get that license, is it just in hair or nails or this, or is it the whole gamut?
It's the whole thing.
Got you. Okay, I got you. So, but you're wanting to focus more on the hair and do like traveling, go to different places, and do the makeup for folks and everything like that. What would you say when you say travel cosmetology, like what would be a week in a travel cosmetologist?
Okay, so let's just say on a Monday we'd go to the person's house.
Okay.
And then afterwards we would ask them, what do you want, like everything like that. It's pretty much like a personal stylist for
Gotcha,
someone.
okay.
So like let's just say I wanted to go out to LA and work for one of the like a really big famous person.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
would focus on getting their makeup done, getting their hair done, all stuff like that. But on an average pay for that, I don't know the average pay for that, but what I'm guessing it would be like maybe $500 a client.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I meant like the average day.
Average day.
So I meant like what would be like. So you would go to like maybe this firm or this house or this client. So you're wanting to just make yourself available across the country to travel. Maybe for this play or maybe for this movie or this news broadcast or this. Just make yourself just available anywhere. And there's in essence just a go where the need is.
Yes.
Go where the need. Okay. Wow. That'd be so fun. That'd be so much fun. And it's so cool. I mean, gosh, you gotta love it. What's the rest of your classes this semester?
So I have AV Production 1.
Okay.
Then I have Cosmetology. Then I have Art.
Okay.
Then I have History.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
So I think that's kind of the point I was trying to make. How cool is it when you go to a high school that offers such a diverse academic opportunity?
It's insane.
I mean, you can take history one block. Next block, you're working with AV things. Next block, you're working with cosmetology, learning something that's for your career. Then the next block, you might be taking math. And the thing is, you might not want to go into deep calculus, but you're getting to have a taste of this rigorous math. And the next block, you're getting to learn about French history, right? And the next class, you're getting to do something so it's both practical and you might say upper level. It's both philosophical and practical all at the same time, all in the same school. Is there a better place to go to school?
No.
There's not.
Because I've seen all these other schools, and they don't have the cosmetology program. They don't have, like, first we have a CTE program.
Yes.
That is what it's based around.
Yes.
The only reason why we have a cosmetology program is because of the CTE.
Right, and that's such a cool thing that we can offer those classes, advanced placement classes. We can offer, if you're wanting to excel at White County academically, you have the opportunity to do so. If you want to excel athletically, we've got all the different kinds of teams and coaches. It's just a great place, and they don't really focus on one or the other. It's not like we're all about athletics or we're all about academics. It's the full student experience. It's been wonderful becoming a part of this place for myself. So that's been so wonderful. Well, that's great. Well, so we'll look forward to that next year. Maybe we'll have you back on the show next year to talk more about cheerleading and stuff like that, and see how your cosmetology journey is going, right? Yes. So have you on there for sure. Well, Ella Young, thank you for coming on the show. And come back anytime. Now, so you're not going to play any spring sports or anything. You can always play tennis if you want to. I'm a tennis coach, so I'd love to have you. But either way, thank you for coming on the show, and I look forward to seeing you at the basketball game this week.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. Ella, thank you for coming on the show. God bless. That's Ella Young here. She's a junior here at White County with the basketball and football cheerleading squad. So before we go, we'd like to thank our sponsors one last time. We have Cheek Insurance Agency, Franks, and Wallace Insurance Agency. Appreciate them for making this 17th episode possible. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. God bless and go White County.